Hi folks, today we're going to talk about the Helix Short Implant. It is a tissue level implant. This new implant comes in 5 different diameters: a 375, 40, 50, 60, and 70 implant in a 4, 55, 70, and 85 length, right? And then it has also this new connection, being that it's a tissue level. It has a 4/8 diameter or width on the top, a 2.7 internal hex inside, and it's indexed 120 degrees as we see here. The collar on this is a 1.8. It's an anodized pink tissue color, as we can see from one of our implants here. Here's a Helix Short. This is a 5.0 by 5.5 length. We can see the pink on the collar as well as it's held to the implant driver. Let's go over the kit. So in the surgical kit, there is a 2.0 drill. It's optional because it and the 2.7 both have aggressive tips. So typically we start a pilot with a 2.0. We can jump right to the 2.7 if need be. Then we shift over in the kit. We have a 375, 40, 50, 60, 70 drill. These are all undersized slightly and prepare our osteotomy for acceptance of that diameter of implant if it's more dense bone, as we can see indicated at the top of the kit. More dense type 1, type 2 bone. We have what's called our plus drill or contour drill, very similar to the GM Helix system. And then we also have a countersink. This countersink has a gray line on the side of it, and that helps us to prepare the crestal level of the bone if need be to help seat the implant as well. We have our drill extension. We have some pins up here that we can place into the osteotomy, take a picture, check our depth. We also have a couple other nice devices here. We have a 17-degree angulation measure, if you will, for an MUA or mini conical abutment we have in a 17-degree. We also have a tissue measurement gauge here that slips on the top, our implant drivers to the right, and then our prosthetic drivers all the way over to the right. What's interesting is in the middle of the kit, we have our drill stops built into the system, also called control stops. So if we were to take our first drill out, place this in, it's a down, click, over, up, and we can see how our drill stop is added to the side. Each of these come in color coded. This is the 4, magenta's a 5.5. We have a 7 and an 8.5 as well. So to put them back in, we simply slide down over to the left, and then we lift up. We can put this back into our kit. We've gone over the kit, see everything that's in here. Next thing we did was we literally drilled our osteotomies just to save a little bit of time. If we were to start our drilling sequence, it's a 2.0, optional, 2.7 to get us started. Our next drill out is a 3.75. I go to a 4.0, right? Let's pretend this is very dense bone, and I'm gonna go back into this kit. You see I worked my way down the kit, gradually opening up my osteotomy. There's my 5.0 drill. If I slid over to the right in the kit, I'm actually going to the 5.0 plus drill, which fits into the next osteotomy. And then lastly, if need be, also we can see that we have our countersink, right? And so we gradually opened up our osteotomy. And then I do have the 5.5. I did take it all the way to the end as if it was dense bone. I prepped that final osteotomy over here on the right-hand side of the patient. Gently seat this guy in, and I see that I'm turning. I have my motor set to 30 Newton centimeters. I feel the resistance. I hear it beeping out. That's on a sawbone, right? And so my connection on the latch type driver holds the implant to take it from the package. It has a feature at the bottom of the connection here to hold or click into the implant. But you can also see that my tissue portion of the implant, the pink, is sitting up that 1.8 above the bone, and that beeped out at 30 Newton centimeters fully prepped. So that's this guy. You also see on the table here our smallest sized implant. This is a 3.75 in a 4 length. You can see my finger and how small that implant comes. And then we can see that connection and that beveled edge inside with some of that sheen. And then of course, we go back into our kit. I can take out one of my torque wrench drivers and then get this guy to seat down on top of our implant. Come back in. It's a left, right. And I just want to see or double check that I'm up here. Where am I at? 35, 40. Just double checking my implant final placement, and maybe I want to put one of those dots to the buckle as well on my driver. And there's final seat, and then of course I get to check placement of the implant. I hope that helps. We review the kit. Again, we got to see what one of these looks like in a tissue level, as well as this new connection that we have in the Helix Shorty. Thanks so much.